Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
It's all about vaccine talk. That's what's on everyone's minds right now. Well, according to new data released yesterday, the coronavirus vaccine made by the company Moderna is highly protective, which sets the stage for its emergency authorization this week by federal regulators and also the start of its distribution across the country. Now, according to the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, it intends to authorize emergency use of the vaccine on Friday. Now, the decision would give millions of Americans access to a second coronavirus vaccine beginning as early as Monday. Now, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine cleared last week was the first to be authorized, as we know. But yeah, the new assessment for the Moderna, for the Moderna vaccine, they're saying that it has an efficiency rate of over 94% in a trial of 30,000 people. So side effects so far, they're very rare. They include fever, headache, and fatigue, but they weren't that extreme.
No, not at all.
Very mild.
It's a 54-page document, and there were no safety concerns, according to these findings that Moderna has given, and that the serious adverse reactions were rare. If approved by the team of experts later this week and by the FDA's vaccine chief, shipments could begin within 24 hours. That's one positive news to take back from the developments surrounding this vaccine. Now, a lot of question marks do remain. A lot of people still have this concern, saying, okay, on what scientific data or basis are they saying that it's 94% effective? And if there is any scientific data and efficacy rates, why can't they share it with the media? Why can't they show it to the general public? Well, as per the protocol, obviously they're going through the Food and Drug Administration's scientists. But until they release individual medical records or stats or anything to prove that it's all going fine, then I think the people will start to feel a little bit more happy about it, because a lot of people who are going to get the vaccine now, even here in the United Arab Emirates, they have to sign a consent form, and they also have to acknowledge that, okay, I do believe and know that this vaccine is still going through a trial, because large-scale trials of millions of people has not been done. We don't know the long-term implications of the vaccine. For example, in 6 months' time, 8 months' time, what happens? We just know in the immediate future, in the immediate month, things get better. But yes, it's going to be the only, one of the biggest talk or take back that we can find from here is that we've got at least another vaccine and 3 vaccines now, almost, joining the world to fight the virus.
Absolutely, Abdul Karim. Yeah, the 2 leading right now, I believe, are Sinopharm and Pfizer-BioNTech. But looking back at how the Moderna vaccine differs from the Pfizer vaccine. Now, the Moderna vaccine requires temperatures of around minus 20 degrees Celsius for shipping, similar to a regular freezer. But the Pfizer jab requires temperatures closer to minus 75 degrees Celsius, making transport logistics much more difficult. Now, just like the Pfizer jab, the Moderna vaccine also requires a second booster shot. Moderna's second jab comes 28 days after the first. But basically, they have the same type. They're both working on the RNA virus genetic code, not the process of developing antibodies, really, as much as it's working on the RNA type. Now, for the Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, you need 2 injections 21 days apart. For the Moderna, you need 2 injections 4 weeks apart. When it comes to efficacy, Pfizer-BioNTech is actually 90% effective, while Moderna has shown to be 95% effective.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, the efficacy rates. Okay, on what basis are you showing that?
Yeah.
And if there is any scientific data to back it, to let's say,
I'm sure there is.
There is,
Yeah.
but because it's not been made public,
It's true, yeah.
a lot of media publication houses are being like, oh, okay, hang on a minute, why didn't you share with us, and why? Then you should share with us. So those sort of things do continue.
But there's something about this vaccine, the Moderna vaccine.
Yeah.
The Moderna vaccine actually is less effective in older people, according to FDA analysis and their findings. But for people aged 18 to 65, the effectiveness is about 95% or 96% compared with 86% for people 65 and older. So I believe maybe the strong point here for Pfizer is that it's effective in older people better than it is effective with Moderna's vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Moderna is also quite popular because the UK has already pre-ordered 7 million doses of the Moderna jab. In Canada, the government plans to get 2 million Moderna doses by March, part of a total of 56 million doses, and 168,000 doses of the Moderna should be available before the end of the month in Canada, according to their Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. European Union last month announced a contract to purchase up to 80 million doses once the vaccine is deemed safe and effective. Well, stay with us on the Morning Majlis. Up next, we'll be talking a little bit more about reaching for the stars. Another UAE company is now aiming for the space. What's happening over here? All of this will be discussed right here on the Morning Majlis.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
Yeah, picking up from what Aisha Al-Mazmi just briefed us during the news headlines about the Big Heart Foundation and its efforts in Lebanon, really a very, very charitable work going on at the moment.
Absolutely. Sharjah's The Big Heart Foundation yesterday announced that it will be allocating $2.37 million. That's equivalent to 8.7 million dirhams to support the reconstruction of Lebanon's 142-year-old St. George Hospital University Medical Center, which was rendered inoperative by the devastating explosion that shook Beirut back in August. And the nonprofit hospital has served its community for, as I said, 142 years. Standing only 900 meters away from the epicenter of the Port Beirut blast, it became non-operational for the first time since its establishment back in 1878. So definitely this reconstruction project falls under the Salam Beirut initiative, which is an emergency aid and relief campaign launched by Her Highness Sheikha Jawahar bint Muhammad Al-Qasimi, the wife of His Highness and the ruler of Sharjah and chairperson of the TBHF, and also eminent advocate for refugee children at UNHCR. It really aims to bring and help bring the city of Beirut back to its normal life after the deadly blast. So the initiative primarily focuses on rebuilding the hospital's emergency and trauma units, and also the repair work is expected to be completed hopefully in 3 months' time. And besides infrastructural development, the Big Heart Foundation's funding will also cover the purchase of medical and administrative equipment as well.
Yep, of course, and really is incredible in terms of what's going on, and the Sharjah's Big Heart Foundation has been quite active in a number of other countries as well. But looking at the funding, part of it will be used for development of a new pediatric section that will include 3 regular pediatric cubicles, 1 resuscitation room and 1 isolation room, an isolation unit that can handle all kinds of possible outbreaks.
Yeah.
Will also be constructed. Speaking about why Salam Beirut identified this hospital, Mariam Al-Hamadi, the director of the Big Heart Foundation, said that it is a highly respected institution, one that embodies a strong sense of civic pride, and it's got a historical and social relevance in the city of Beirut and beyond.
Yeah, she also added that boosting this prestigious non-profit medical institution's capacities falls in line with Her Highness Sheikh Jawahar bint Muhammad Jawahar Al-Qasimi's consistent and strategic efforts to improve people's access to healthcare, especially for those who cannot afford expensive medical care, and in this region and across the world, really. So for our shared humanitarian goals and efforts to serve the maximum people in need with compassion and generosity, St. George and the Big Heart Foundation are natural partners, and thus supporting this project is an extension of the Big Heart Foundation's moral responsibility. So at the Big Heart Foundation, she said, we believe that healthy communities are the foundation of sustainable peace and progress, and good, affordable, and accessible medical care are a must to ensure this.
Yep, of course, and it is something that we are very, very proud of, and we'll keep you posted over the coming few days about their charitable work in other destinations as well. Well, stay with us on the Morning Majlis. We will be talking about the budget here in the United Arab, in the Emirate of Sharjah in particular, after the Executive Council has held a meeting yesterday morning. All of this will be discussed right here on the Morning Majlis, so stay tuned to Pulse 95.
Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
So a 7-year-old girl hailing from the United States, her name is Haley Orlinsky. She wanted to raise just $200. Only $200 for Chicago's Anne and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital by making colorful rubber band bracelets. Well, a few months later, and more than 8,000 bracelets later, Haley has raised more than $20,000. So from $200 to $20,000, helping the hospital purchase personal protective equipment, PPE, and support research efforts.
Spirit of entrepreneurship, and secondly, to dream big, really. That's what it is. The Chicago, a second grader who hails from Chicago, she also has the apparent knack for entrepreneurship. She sold the most cookies in her Girl Scout troop last year, and a desire to spread kindness in response to bullies who made fun of her height as well.
Yeah, she's so cute. She said, when I was 3 years old, which was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I got bullied for being the shortest kid in the class, and my mom wrote a book about it, and it was my moment. I knew I wanted to spread kindness everywhere. And when asked whether she understands what a significant financial contribution she's made to her hometown hospital, she just smiled and she said, well, it's definitely more than the tooth fairy gives.
What a statement. She knows.
So cute.
She's media trained already. Haley's mum says that what started as an after-school hobby quickly became a sensation. Haley now has sold bracelets to customers as far as Italy, as well as the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, and the Chicago White Sox as well. Shortly after Lightfoot posted about the bracelets, the Chicago flag colors became Haley's most in-demand bracelet design as well.
I have a slightly personal question for you.
Yes.
So we are in our 30s right now. Okay?
Yes.
This girl is 7 years old. She has already made $20,000. How old were you when you made your first, or when you reached $20,000?
$20,000 for personal or raising funds?
No. Personal.
I'm not there yet.
No way.
Not there yet.
See?
$20,000.
This is incredible. This is incredible what this 7-year-old has done already. But what is it with those 7-year-olds? They're making headlines so much. Another 7-year-old Canadian girl. Did you hear about her? A couple of days ago was named the youngest American under-11 champion in history after lifting 80 kilograms of weights. Look at the picture.
I've been going to the gym for the last 10 years.
Yeah, she's been dubbed as the strongest girl ever.
You tell me to raise 80 kilograms. I will not be able to do it. This girl.
7-year-old Canadian girl did it. And she's now considered to be the strongest girl ever. She's from Ottawa.
I'm in shock now.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm ashamed of myself. But it's okay. But it's for us, the best thing is to celebrate their life, celebrate their achievements, and celebrate what they've been standing up for.
It's their time.
It's their time to shine, indeed, and it is something that they've got to celebrate. Indeed, what we will do now is take a bit of a breather, and we shall return right after the news headlines, right after some musical entertainment to keep you motivated, energized, and updated throughout your morning commute. This is the Morning Majlis on Pulse 95, and yes, do drop us a text on 4215. What did you do as a 7-year-old? Do you have any memories of when you were back as young as back then? And if you've been working on any charitable donations and raising funds, what was something that you've been raising funds for? Stay with us on the Morning Majlis. We shall be right back after this musical entertainment and continue the discussions here on the Majlis.
Pulse 95.
Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Horfa Khan.
Yes.
It's the talk of everyone. Horfa Khan. The inauguration of Horfa Khan Amphitheater, the inauguration of the waterfall, the screening of the epic film Horfa Khan.
It's my hometown.
And it's your hometown.
It is my actual hometown.
It's not your actual hometown. You want it to be.
Actual self-proclaimed hometown. Let's add that. Yeah, I mean, whenever I go there, I feel at ease. Just feel home.
What is it about Horfa Khan that you love?
I think that
Let me put you on the spot.
I think it's the drive. I think it's the drive to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life that we live in, the traffic.
The mountains on the way.
It's amazing on a non-public holiday. You go on a non-public holiday, which I did on Monday. In fact, Sunday afternoon, I went down there for the developments, the hype surrounding the opening of the amphitheater.
Yeah.
Nice, quiet town. Shops are easily accessible. People have the time for you. You go into a store, they'll speak to you like a normal human being. Well, they do it here as well. But then the problem is that there's a lot of people, right? So everyone's busy. Everyone doesn't have the time for you. There, everyone does. And then you've got the coastline. The Corniche Road of Horfa Khan is just a marvel on its own. Just being there was relaxing. Now we've got a dedicated waterfall. We have an amphitheater. There's so much more to do. And it just adds to the unending vantage points.
And then we have the Shees Park already there.
Exactly. So
so much is happening. So much has been inaugurated there. Yeah. And it's been revamped. It's revamped.
And now to detail and talk to us a little bit more about the history of Horfa Khan, we have this movie called Horfa Khan.
Yes.
It's going to hit the cinema screens on Thursday. It's going to get everyone excited. Tonight is the second public screening, so lots of people are lucky enough to grab the tickets. And even us as presenters, we're hoping to get those tickets. We're not. It's just so full.
It's so full. We couldn't get tickets.
Yep, exactly. And sadly, that's the
And
reality.
we're part of Sharjah Broadcasting Authority.
Exactly.
Who took part in this, in the making of this film. But yeah, it's such an incredible film. It's a historic, epic film dramatizing the resistance against the Portuguese colonizers between the years of 1507 and 1534. It's based on a historical work by His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, the Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah. And it's directed by Maurice Sweeney and Ben Moll. The period film details the events that went on to shape the history of Sharjah and the region as a whole. And of course, as I said, the documentary is produced by Muhammad Khalaf, Director General of Sharjah Broadcasting Authority. If you cannot go to the cinemas, the local cinemas, you can still catch the film tomorrow. It will be showcased or it will be shown over at Sharjah TV at 10 p.m. So this is kind of like a sneak peek for everyone.
Definitely is. So stay tuned to Pulse 95 as we talk to you a little bit more about the Heritage Village that the Broadcasting Authority sets up for you to soak in the atmosphere and the vibes and provided to you at the amphitheater. Stay with us on the Morning Majlis. We shall be returning right after some more musical entertainment here on the station, and we'll continue the discussions right after this short break. This is the Morning Majlis on Pulse 95.
Social Media Minute. Today's clickbait worth talking about.
Social Media Minute.
Well, The weather is beautiful. Finally, we are enjoying the outdoors and we're really soaking it in because in a few months' time, it's going to be over. Really, we're going to go back to summer. But let's take advantage of winter. Let's take advantage of this beautiful weather. And all the destinations here in the UAE they're all geared up for visitors and people, and they're welcoming everyone right now. But what if I told you that by you enjoying yourself in the outdoors here in any UAE destination and just by you snapping away beautiful pictures, you can get a chance to win 25,000 dirhams. How's that possible?
That is amazing. That is such a massive incentive. I mean, if you've got any clickbaity type pictures that you can post and use the hashtag. What's the hashtag? Is it the coolest winters of the world?
World's coolest winter challenge.
Oof.
World's coolest winter challenge. Very long hashtag,
it's
but
pretty long hashtag, but it's gonna get you the prize.
It's gonna get you the prize. So there is a new social media contest launched in the UAE. It offers 2 cash prizes worth 25,000 dirhams every week for 1 month, 1 whole month. 2 grand cash prizes worth 50,000 dirhams are up for grabs as well. And this is part of this, the contest is called World's Coolest Winter Challenge. So make sure to kind of look it up. Hashtag World's Coolest Winter Challenge. So basically it's part of the UAE's wide winter tourism campaign launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President, Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. And it was launched by DO and the UAE government media office and encourages residents to share their outdoor experiences in the UAE on social media. So it started yesterday and it will run until January 25th. Of 2021. So it's about a month. Yeah, more than a month, maybe. Just a little bit over a month. And it will be into 2 phases. So citizens and residents need to share creative images or short videos, even videos can apply, of no longer than 1 minute about their winter activities across the UAE. So what you need to do is after you snap your images or shoot your videos, you share them on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtag World's Coolest Winter Challenge. And the challenge aims to really capture the UAE's major attractions as seen through the eyes of residents. And it will reward the posts that best capture the charm of touristic, natural, and cultural landmarks across the UAE.
Well, certainly.
Are you going to take part in it, Abdulkarim?
Hopefully. I don't know, it would be great.
What do you have? You have a Canon?
I have a Sony. Sony A Alpha Series camera. I think it's going to get everyone excited about, especially the drone pilots around. I think they'll love to capture.
They'll take advantage of it. Yep.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of an advantage. Sucks to be us, but I would say one thing is that I would like to talk about is when we do. If we were to look for a particular destination, which one would you choose to take the photo?
To be honest, probably Horfa Khan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even though
it's so unique because of the mountains and it doesn't look like...
It's got a great landscape, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I would, even though Horfa Khan is my self-proclaimed actual hometown, self-proclaimed hometown, I'd probably snap Maliha Desert if I had a drone.
Beautiful as well.
Yeah. Go through one of those cliffs and then snap that with the drone. That'd be great. I'll take some lessons.
There's the highest, I believe isn't it Horfa Khan is the highest restaurant?
Yes, it does.
So
Jebel Jace has the highest restaurant.
The Jebel Jace, yes.
They have the highest restaurant, yep, of course. Well, stay with us on the...
Morning Majlis?
You won't stay with us because we're heading off. Well, stay with
95.
us. Yeah, stay with us on Pulse 95. Morning Majlis shall return bright and early again, 7 in the morning tomorrow, to keep you motivated and updated throughout the day. And do get involved on the text lines 4215 if you'd like to share your favorite vantage points in and around the nation. And if you'd like to catch up with most of our discussions, you can do so on the text lines 4215, on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, rather, and on YouTube. As well.
Just type in Pulse 95 Radio.
That's it. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to entertaining you once again bright and early on Thursday Vibes. And we'll bring you more Majlis quizzes throughout the day. Stay with us. This is the Morning Majlis on Pulse
95.
If you liked this episode of The Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.